Yo, it's your girl Diamond Ash, and in today's video we're gonna jump into the Reddit. Are the straights okay? And ask that question. So let's jump into that Reddit. This character literally is a fucking child. Literally a child. And then it's like Holly Wheeler from Stranger Things, like, take her dress off, please and thanks, but do not change single other thing about the photo. And then Grok literally does that. Because Grok, unfortunately, Elon Musk has trained Grok on CSAM. So obviously it has no issue with that because the person that created Grok has no moral values, and so neither does the thing. And so since the thing was trained on material that is fucked up, it's gonna do fucked up shit. But yeah, this person's right. It's everyone responsible for this needs to go to jail right now. Grok needs to be completely shut down. Yeah, I can't stand Grok. So the question was, like, what things in the Bible that are you believe not to be true? And this girl's like, the earth is not flat, and there is no firmament. The sun does not move around the earth. There was no global flood. Humans have never lived for hundreds of years. Zombies don't exist. Prayer doesn't work. Donkeys and snakes do not talk. Plants can't exist without the sun. The moon is not a source of light. Bats are not birds. All insects have 6 legs, not 4. The earth rotates around the sun and does not stand still. Darkness is not a physical substance, and humans don't come back from the dead. Should I go on? And then, of course, this guy who thinks he's God's gift to women is like, this is why we don't wife up atheist women, ladies and gentlemen. Like any of them would want to be wifed up with you. I'm glad as a lesbian woman that I don't have to deal with men. And as a pagan, I don't have to deal with Christians, because as soon as I find out they're Christian, I'm like, nope, sorry, not interested. Because just no. But yeah, this is a perfect example of the straights not being okay, because it's like, oh, well, if you don't believe in my, superstitious belief in that, all that, then it's not working or whatever. So you're not God's gift to women. Nobody wants to hook up with you, so you can go ahead and try to wife up, but the only thing you're going to be wifing up with is your fucking anime pillow. And I guess this is a bar sign, right? That this bar has, and it's like phone rates, like how much they're going to charge you. It's hiding from wife, bar phone rates. $1, nope, not here. $2, just missed them. $3, just had one drink and left. Hasn't been in all day. $5, never heard of him. I guess instead of facing their wives or actually spending time with their wives, they just rather have these people at the bar make up excuses of how they're not, at the bar. It's pathetic. I really don't understand, straight men, of why they even get married if they're not wanting to spend time with their wife, or wanting to be with their wife, or wanting anything to do with their wife. And it's like these comments say, like this one person in the comment section is like, generally, why do they marry someone if they're going to act like they're in jail? Yeah, like, why are you going to even bother doing that if it feels like you're in prison, or that you're in something that you don't want to be? And, like, don't get married. And the person's like, I don't know. Maybe they think being single is for losers. And the other person's like, men would not marry women if sex didn't exist. A lot have admitted this. Yeah, a lot have admitted this. Like my brother, for instance, like, he straight said, oh, well, if there was a way that I could have sex without being married, I would do that. And the reason they have to, be married is because these people are like, well, having sex outside of marriage is a sin, so I can't get married. I can't have sex without being married, so if it wasn't for that, I would. And it's like, just, instead of wasting, all these women's time, just don't marry them. Leave the women to us lesbians. We'll take care of it. Since you don't appreciate them, you don't love them, you don't want anything to do with them, you guys are just a bunch of losers. So this person's like, straight men and lesbians should bond over their mutual fondness for women. And then this girl's like, yeah, straight men hate women. What straight men do hate women. And of course, it being Twitter, they did not disappoint with their hatred over women. Like, for instance, this guy's like, so true. I wake up every morning thinking how I can make women's life even harder. Even just a tiny bit. And then this guy's like, liberal women, suicidal empathy works against our instinct to build and protect. Liberal women don't need your protection. No women need your protection. The only thing that women would need protection from is men. But if women just are hanging out with women, then there's no protection needed. and liberal women aren't going to want to be with you because they're too intelligent for your stupidity. So they're not even going to take a chance with you unless they have low self-esteem issues. But majority of liberal women, as you call them, are just going to avoid you with a 10-foot pole, so they're not even going to want you. But yeah, you know, you're only telling on yourself, my dude. And then this guy's like, no, straight men are attracted to women. Women just give them nothing but grief at this point as feminism kicks in and they need to dominate everything to get ahead or do it alone. What the fuck are you even talking about? You don't even know what feminism is. And then saying need to dominate? No, that's you. Men like you need to dominate. And anytime a woman shows any prerogative or anything about what she wants in a relationship, all of a sudden she's domineering or dominating, you know, and just trying to do it to get ahead or do it alone. What if men didn't make it so difficult and so complicated for anyone to make it in the, you know, workforce for a woman to make it, and the fact that she has to work 10 times harder to make it exactly where a man makes it, to without that man even having to do any of the work that the woman had to do to get to that point. You know, but whatever, make your bullshit fucking excuses and try to have it as a pity party about, oh, I have it so hard as a man. Yeah, sure you do, honey. And then this guy's like, no, we don't. We just don't want to hang out with them as friends generally. See, like, they only look at women as sexual partners or someone they can fuck. And if they can't be romantically involved with that girl, then they don't want to be friends with her. Which just goes to show, in this guy's opinion, that any friends that he has that are women, he's just friends with them because he thinks he can get something out of it, like a romantic relationship or some kind of sexual relationship. It's only for his own instant gratification. So this jerk is like, we do. So I married one to enslave it through contract. Wow, really way to show that you really care about your wife, that you think she should be enslaved. I mean, I know he's being sarcastic, but the point that he thinks that's totally a cool joke to crack, like, yeah, I had to enslave it through contract, is just a really fucked up thing, and you're just really proving the original poster's point. I don't actively try, I just exist, and I somehow hate women, oppress women, assault women, and dehumanize women. Not sure how, but it's pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie. So you think it's pretty entertaining that women are oppressed and that harm comes to women? Yeah, again, you're really proving the person's point with this complete bullshit. Like, they're like always like, not all men, but then with their behavior, they're the very men that are part of the problem. So, I mean, so much for the not all men, right? And this person's like, men don't hang out with women that they aren't romantically interested in. Since when? Like, how's the other thing? Okay, so Kai, who, you know, runs this YouTube channel with me and Tanya Kitsune, has hung out with plenty of women. I mean, he hangs out with us, and as far as I know, Kai ain't interested in me, and he's definitely not interested in Tanya. But there's plenty of other men. Like, if you don't want to use Kai as example because you're like, well, Kai ain't, you know, straight, he's queer, and this is, you know, are the straight people okay? I can mention my own brother and whatnot. He hangs out with plenty of women and never has had any issue with it. And I mean, I have multiple brothers, so I'm talking about my straight brother. But anyways, my straight cisgender brother hangs out with plenty of women. And not me. I'm not talking about me. Like, he hangs out with, like, a lot of girls that he hung out with in high school, he still hangs out with now. So I don't know what this person's even talking about. And then this person's like, I love women. I just wish they didn't make it their life's purpose to try and change my mind. They don't. As a woman, let me make it clear to you, my dude, that when it comes to that, we're not even thinking about you when we do our everyday stuff that seems to irk you straight men. We're just living our lives, and you guys get mad and angry over the stupidest little shit. Like, you know, we tell you we're into video games, you're like, oh, no, video games are for men. You're just doing it because you saw a man playing into a video game, and so you're trying to impress him, or you're trying to take it away from him. You always come up with these straight men, cisgender bullshit to try to, you know, make it where everything that women do is somehow centered around men. And I hate to break it to you, straight men, you're not the sun. The planet does not revolve around you. Oh, here's another real winner comment. Your father beat your mom and maimed you. It shows. Sorry. What? Because they dared point out that majority of men don't like women. This video, in fact, perhaps, okay, this video is proving her point, right? This video that I'm doing, reacting to this content, the content I'm reacting to literally shows her point. I've showed throughout this video that men do not like women. Like, they don't want to be married to the women. They don't want to be in the same room with the women. They don't want to be at home with the women. Like, it proved the point. And this person's comment of, your father beat your mom and maimed you. What, because she dares point out that men don't like women, so you automatically jump to the domestic violence and child abuse argument? Wow. Like, the fact that that's the first thing you jump to shows that you're not a decent person, and you're the type of man that makes her think that men don't like women. This is really a good way to show women how you supposedly like them when you jump to the domestic violence and abuse. What the fuck? See, this particular response to the whole post thing that we've been talking about for the last several minutes just makes me wonder if there's any authorities in law enforcement, even on Twitter at all, like, viewing it and watching, because this person literally admitted that they enjoy terrorizing and harassing women, and I'm pretty sure that there's some law against stalking, because this guy's like, I also love chasing women in the middle of the night back to their houses. That's like psycho behavior. I'm pretty sure that's against the law. Like, is there any law enforcement or authorities watching Twitter, seeing this stuff and trying to do anything? Or are they just like, oh, whatever, it's the internet? It's not like, anybody ever said anything on the internet that said that they liked harming women and ever went out and harmed women. This is why we choose the bear. Like, all of these that I've showed, reacting to this woman's post of, men not liking women. This is why we choose the bear, honey. This is why. Because y'all say this shit. You fantasize about violence towards women, and you wonder why we choose the bear, because at least with the bear, we know what we're getting into. We know that the bear is going to kill us. With men, see, with the bear, the worst thing the bear can do is kill you. With men, that's not the worst thing they can do. The worst thing that a man can do is keep you alive and torture you without end. That's why we choose the bear. Just saying. So this particular thing that we're going to react to is coming from a healthcare professional. This is at a hospital or some kind of healthcare office, if you will. Okay? So keep that in mind. Rules for dating my daughter. You better get a job. If you lie to me, I will find out. I can make you go away. Understand I don't like you. I'm everywhere. You hurt her, I hurt you. Whatever you do to her, I will do to you. I'm not afraid of prison. Yeah, because that's just, oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this. This is just outright insane. And they think they're being so tough. Like, they look at me, I'm a big, macho, straight, cisgender man. The straights are definitely not okay. But especially the straight, cisgender men are definitely not okay. And I agree with this person. Why do these people always feel the need to express their feelings through AI? Like, it's like they don't have any creativity outlet of their own. I could understand if they couldn't draw and whatnot, but then they not only they not try to learn how to draw, but when they use the AI to draw for them, when it comes to the script, they don't even write that themselves. So they don't do the drawing. They don't write the script. They just have the AI come up with the entire freaking thing, and it just comes across as garbage. But let's see what they are trying to claim and express their fucked up point of view through AI. So already through the AI thing, you can tell it has that piss yellow filter, and you can tell it's AI because, like, in frame, picture 1 or whatever you call it, she's one body type, and then in picture 2, she's a totally different body type, and then in picture 3, she's somewhere in between the body type of 1 and 2, right? But anyways, it has her sitting there exercising, and then she gets mad at the guy and goes, "Stop looking at me, creep." And then this person's like, Women's? wait, hold up. I'm going to finish reading it in a second, but women is already plural. So you don't have to add an S. Woman is singular. Women is plural. You don't need to add an S. Anyways, women's will call you a creep even if you accidentally look at them for 0.2 seconds. Don't believe me? Just look up creepy men staring at me and blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to finish reading that. And no, it's not that even at all. And it's women. That is plural form of woman. But no, you get called a creep because you're sitting there staring at their ass or their boobs for like 5 minutes, and that's when you get called a creep. You don't get called a creep just because you happen to glance. That is such a bullshit argument. But hey, let's look at some comments of this particular post and are the straights okay? And as this person says, OOP definitely looks at women's asses for 10 minutes straight while they're jogging or warming up. And that's what I was saying. It's not just a glance. It's like staring at you for like 10 minutes and you're like, excuse me, do we have a problem here? And then that's when you get called a creep. And this person goes, yeah, I feel like this is an unintentional confession. If you can't interact with women without being called a creep, the problem isn't women. Yep, the problem is you. The problem isn't women if you just constantly get called creep. You're being creepy. Alright, so this person tweeted, right? It's like, good dick will convert even the most ardent lesbian. Honey, no. Just, if I want a dick, I'll go to a trans woman that hasn't, transitioned. And even then, I don't really need the dick as a lesbian. Like, there's dildos and vibrators. I don't need your dick. And it's not the part that's attached to you that is the issue. He goes, I'm not gay or trans, but I often wish I was a woman. Okay. So I could be with a man. Men are much more fun, lovable, and aesthetic than women. That sounds like you're gay. Like, if you're a cisgender man and you want to be with another man, then you're gay. So, yeah. And you might be a trans woman if you are like, I wish I was a woman. That's just not something that cisgender men actually really think about. So maybe you should see a therapist about that. I don't know if this is the same person or it's a continuation, but anyways, it's like sometimes when I make love to my smoking hot wife, who is a woman, I envision she's a man, but not in a gay way. Okay, I'm pretty sure you do. Like, if you're a straight cis man, or claiming to be a straight cis man, and you imagine that you're making love to a man, that's pretty gay. It makes the intimacy more pleasurable as I don't feel the need to perform for her pleasure, and it feels more like I'm just hanging out with a buddy. I've discussed this with all my friends who are boys, and they all agree it's a common practice. No, I'm pretty sure it's not. And if it is, then if it is a common practice, then that means majority of the male population is gay. Like, if you are a straight cis man and you imagine making love to another man, then you are gay. Like, literally, that's the definition of gay. I'm gonna try not to laugh my ass off when I read this entire ridiculous so-called hot take. I apologize if I start laughing. If the woman really loves the man, as soon as her genitals reach the man... Okay, I'm sorry. I promise I won't laugh. If the woman really loves the man, as soon as her genitals reach the man's, she silently sucks up his organ within herself. The man has no need to make any effort. If the woman's love is strong, her body sucks up his organ as air is sucked up into an empty space. Tell me you're a virgin without telling me you're a virgin. Tell me you know nothing about female anatomy without telling me you don't know anything about female anatomy. Oh my god, that is such bullshit. I don't know where you got this logic. You by far are the dumbest person on the face of the planet. Go back to fucking school. Are you kidding me? You're never gonna get laid, buddy. You're just never gonna get laid. And if you do, it's gonna be either with a girl that's not educated or a girl that has low self-esteem. And she's just willing to have sex with you because she doesn't feel good about herself. This your entire statement is the most uneducated thing I've ever heard. So that's all we have time for today. Anyways, thank you for watching. Tell us in the comment section down below of what you thought of any of this content or any examples that show that the straights are not okay. We'd love to hear your feedback. And remember, the comment section is a safe space for marginalized groups of people. So racism, prejudice of any kind, or bigotry towards any marginalized group, any anti-LGBTQ stuff, any homophobic or transphobic comments will not be allowed in the comment section. Your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked, because hate has no place here on our page. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future videos like this. And of course, also to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to join the Fox Den. And so anyways, thank you for watching. I've been your host, your girl, Diamond Ash. I'll see you in the next video.
We are every single star, still here. Trans women, trans men, non-binary and free, still here. You can legislate the document, but you can't legislate me, still here. SB 14442 weapons in one bill, double barrel, double threat. Invalidate the IDs, then ban the bathrooms, make them sweat. Now any stranger on the street can sue a trans person for a $1,000 fee, just for suspecting, just for looking. That's a bounty hunter regime. Use the restroom twice in the wrong place. That's a civil